Hello everybody, a very warm welcome to something of a first for us in terms of regular coverage, and that is the fact that we are for the very first time at the start of the season covering Saturday racing. And a big thank you to everyone involved, particularly MS UK, for recognising that this racing has to go out globally. It's an FIA sanctioned championship, the Wera Tools British F4 Championship, certified by FIA. I know people get cross, but I reel out the whole title of the championship. I'm delighted to be joined by Phil Glue. So not only me, not only F4, we've got Phil Glue here as well. What more could you want?
Exactly, it's brilliant to be here on the Saturday, like we said, and like you said, it's the amount of nationalities we've got here joining us for the British F4 Championship is amazing. It just shows how important it is to do this series. But to have 31 cars on the grid is unbelievable. Yeah, I
mean, the number of drivers over the last couple of seasons, we've seen guest drivers coming in, getting experience for the likes of F1 Academy, so on and so forth. But this year, we were actually a double act at the media day, weren't we? Where we sit down at a desk and get to chat to the drivers. And all of the drivers from overseas were saying, the UK is where we have to come. This is where we want to come. The circuits aren't necessarily all Grand Prix spec, but they're learning about the racing, learning about other drivers. Wheaton Church, is that the right name for it? In the background, beautiful, on a bit of rock, isn't it, if you have a look, when you drive into the circuit. Come back to my point in a minute. I'm easily distracted, as everybody knows.
Donuts.
Yeah. Food. Yes, thank you.
I wasn't calling you a donut, by the way. I just saw donuts.
No, sort of subconsciously, probably. But, there we go. But yeah, so the drivers want to come over and race in the UK.
Yep.
And it's held in such regard. For me, as an older commentator, that's what used to happen back in the days of Senna and Fittipaldi come over and race in the UK, cut the teeth there. And it's exactly the same now. So the British industry has maintained that reputation, and F4 has very much got that with this huge grid, as you say, of overseas drivers coming in.
Well, that's it. And also, it's just from the history of drivers that have done this series, it just shows how important it is to do, because mainly, and I've learned this, and a few years ago I would have said, oh, you need to go and do Italian, or you need to go and do somewhere in Europe where you're doing the FIA circuits, because of the FIA rules and the track limits and the circuits that they're going to race on when they move up into Formula 3 and Formula 2. But because F4 have such difficult circuits, the drivers become so good that they actually go on and do bigger and better things anyway and become very, very talented. You've only got to look at some of the drivers that have made it to Formula 1. They actually started in F4, like the likes of Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, who are obviously front runners in F1 now. They did this championship a few years ago.
They did, yeah, and it has done them every bit of good going through. Nice as well on a Saturday to get the build-up, getting the cars coming onto the grid, so it gives us a little bit of time to breathe. We got on board with Tommy Harfield. I've got to apologise, I was instrumental in the decision to get the onboard on Tommy Harfield that we saw at the onboard. And I know some people were taking the mick about, and I think the criteria was we want somebody who's going to be quick, and Tommy's quick, and he won 3 races last year. And we were thinking about Tommy would be in the top 10, that's a safe one. Where did he qualify?
24th.
24th.
Yeah, I think he's 24th for this this race.
Probably curse to the camera for Tommy Harfield, but hey ho, he's there. But he's a racer rather than a qualifier generally.
Yeah, he did qualify on the front row here last year, and he won a race here at Donington. And you're right to sort of think that he was going to be at the front, but let's be honest, we want a camera car that's further back anyway, especially on someone who's going to be coming through the field. So you picked right. Harfield is the right person to have the camera. Hopefully it doesn't bring him any bad luck, because I think his bad luck has already come from qualifying. So let's hopefully see him come through the field. There was Clark, who's come up from Ginetta Juniors.
Jarrett Clark, 3rd place, really good qualifier, isn't it, for Jarrett Clark?
Yeah, absolutely. He's starting 2nd in this race.
And he's out-qualified Ethan Jeff Hall, another Ginetta Junior champion from a couple of seasons ago. Actually delighted to be joined as guest of the commentary box today by the new Toka Junior Championship coordinator. I don't think the announcement's formally been made, but welcome along, lovely to see. We won't do names and things and steal the press release, but
it's not been announced, but you've just said it live on TV.
I haven't said who it is. Scott Kitten Lindblom. He's the only driver on the grid I haven't spoken to yet. I went down to one of the test days and he was out on track, and then they got red flags and everything else, and I haven't caught up with Scott yet. But
he's a funny lad. He's great fun. He was someone that I coached last year in Ginetta Juniors. Very quick. Yeah. Nice plug there. Very quick in juniors. Never actually won a race in juniors, but he's been part of Red Bull for the last couple of years. Came up through karting into juniors, now into F4 with High Tech. So we're expecting big things from him, along with the other Red Bull car from High Tech, which is Batig. who is
Chiara.
She is doing. I think is she doing F1 Academy as well, or is it just this?
I think she's just doing this because I think she's down for all the rounds. We had fun actually with Chiara. It was after you disappeared to pick up the youngster on the media day, and we were, because she's a Red Bull driver, we were winding up Alicia Pomofsky, who's also Red Bull but with Academy, and we did a little bit to camera saying, Alicia, I'm with the proper drivers now. Here's Chiara. And Alicia hasn't spoken to me since, neither of her mum and dad, so there we go, I'm upset. But I do apologise. It's a bit of fun. Alicia knows about fun.
Who have we got here? I can't see a name on the lid.
No, I don't know the helmet. So if you're new to Kit Bolofsky, and I bet all his social media followers are busy shouting at the screen. He's got a ridiculous number of followers. He's got, is it 7 million followers or something on social media? Huge numbers.
Really?
Kit has, yeah. Even my son knew him. He said, yeah, don't you know him? There's Alex's son.
Yes, it's
Andrew.
I realise now his surname is Son. I've been worrying about his other name, which is first name, which is Anza.
There's the grid then for the first round of the Wera Tools F4 British Championship. Dries van Langendonk on pole position from Jarrett Clark, Ethan Jeff Hall on row 2, and Theo Palmer making it 4 different teams from the top 4 positions. Very competitive. Scott Lindblom is next up from Cash Felber, the young American, the first Fortec driver. George Proudford-Nolder and Joseph Smith on row 4, followed by Ethan Lennon and Ethan Carney. Lewis Werrell, who is second top rookie in the grid, row 6, with Cole Hewitson returning from last year for Excel Motorsport. Then it's Adam Alazari and Roman Felber. Yep, we've got 2 twin brothers racing. Chiara Batic next up from Ella Lloyd. Welcome back, Ella. Jabba Al-Sabah on the next row with Alfie Slater in the 27 in the third of 4 roading cars. Masi Kobahidze next up from Vegard Clementson. Then it's Henry Mercier for Chris Dittman racing, Harney Sadiq and Jackson Wally. Tommy Harfield back on row 12 with the onboard camera, followed by Cameron Nelson and Piotr Origovsky. Timo Jungling next from Kit Bolofsky, Sun Anju and Daniela Sutton on row 15, and Leon Headfords, who had a couple of penalties, I think, for track limits in qualifying, completing a very strong 31-car grid.
Headfords also had an issue with the car. He had, I think, a fuel pump or something when he went over one of the exit curbs. The car cut out, and yeah, so that's why he didn't do any laps and has to start at the back of the grid for Argenti, but that's all fixed now.
His dad, you knew his dad, or knew of his dad, didn't you, the music artist?
Yeah, is that him?
Yeah, I think so.
The Swedish House Mafia?
Yeah.
Wow.
You knew about
that.
I
did. When he told us, when he told us, I was like, that is so exciting. He started telling us about how much, you asked him about music, and he said he liked house music. Actually, my dad's Swedish House Mafia. I'm like, wow, that is so cool.
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
Someone out there will do.
There is Leon in car number 4. And he's got a little bit of work to do. Great lad. There is our pole position man, though. So McLaren riding the crest of the wave with F4 at the moment, with obviously Lando Norris being the real Formula 1 champion for last year. But Dries van Langendonk starts on pole position with Jarrett Clark alongside. And the lights go out and we start away. Yeah, good start by Dries. Here we go down to Redgate for the fees away.
Yeah, that was an absolutely amazing start. I thought he jumped it, but it was just better than everyone else, as Jarrett Clark didn't quite get the start done there, and he went a little bit wide coming through T1. Everyone gets through turn 1 by the looks of things.
Yeah, our director was in my ear saying someone's going to go in the gravel. They didn't, so fair play to them all. It's a big field. That's a big lock-up going down into the old hairpin.
I'm not sure if that was Clark, maybe, because Jeff Hall, I think, is in P2, so he's made a good start in the Argenti car to make up a place into P2. He's going to be wanting to chase down Langendonk. I feel like those two are the ones that are going to be fighting for the championship all year.
I think you're right, and all of the predictions were saying that Dries van Langendonk, after particularly what he did last year, remember he came and debuted here. This is the view with Tommy Harfield, and that's Ella Lloyd in front of him.
Yeah, Harfield on board with him as he comes through Coppice. He's going to be trying to get a slipstream now down the back straight before they break for the chicane. As you can see further back, we've got a good battle going on between the Rodin and Bertrossi car. That's, I think, they've went a little bit wide. They've gone through the chicane. Big moment there. One of the JHRs and Bertrossi, or Argenti, sorry.
Yeah, Harney Sadiq as the JH car number 12 that disappears out there. They're not in the gravel, so there's a possibility we might have won, but it's a relatively quick lap, so we might have to have a safety car as we look out of the window, see whether we are going to get a safety car or not. We very nearly get 3 wide hit. Look at the correction there That's Cash Felber in the number 11, the Fortec car, leading that group down the hill and collecting well. There is the camera car, number 21, Tommy Harfield.
Yeah, as you can see, he's tucked up right behind Ella Lloyd there as they're going up into McLean's. She defends well. Will Harper will be able to try and get the exit. He gets the apex. Ella Lloyd runs a little bit wide. He's now got the momentum, but she's got it defended once again as they were up to the blind corner of Coppice. Has a couple of run wide there. One of the, was that one of the Rodins that's run wide? No, it's one of the XL cars running very wide.
Might have been Hewitson.
Yeah, I think it is Hewitson's run wide through Coppice. I think he got squeezed there, but yeah, he's lost a lot of places.
Yeah, I was chatting to Cole Hewitson earlier on that prior to penalties, he was actually 5th on the grid for the third race of the weekend, so he was happy with his pace, but unhappy about track limits, and he's learnt from that. Another pass in the offing here.
That's Lennon down the inside. Oh, contact! Ripped the wheel off, ripped the tyre off the wheel there. That's a real shame there, but that came off so quickly. He's just caught the front wing, of Balazari in the high-tech car. I'm sure he'll realise as soon as he got back on the circuit that that is a puncture. So real shame for Lennon. He's been looking super quick in testing. So yeah, let's hope we see some better results for him later on in the year.
So good to see such a massive field, Phil, isn't it? You really don't know where to look because there are so many battles going on. Inevitably go back to the front with Van Langendonk, who is, you know, probably, if you ask most people, is the tip for the championship, particularly with the form he showed, you know, coming in last year. Another overtake on the off here.
Yeah, that's one of the JHR cars. Again, it's high-tech down the inside there.
Through we go, yeah, coming out to complete another lap. Very nearly a quarter of the way through our first. Here's the start.
Yeah, there's a couple of stallers there, wasn't there? I think was that Mercier that was in front of his teammate who's dropped back, who stalled. Not sure if they got going again. But yeah, Harfield made some good places there. Obviously, capitalised on some people not quite getting off the line, and getting a good run down the hill, down through Craners, pushing hard, making sure that he's staying in the slipstream as they go through Craner curves. Was there some contact here as they went through the chicane? Someone hit the curb, another one clipped the inside. They're looking not to roll there.
Yeah, Sadiqa Clementson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Clementson in the 88.
Hewitson runs wide here through Coppice as well. Very eventful first couple of laps. That's Lennon as well, and Alazari. Alazari just caught.
Who's at fault there?
It's a difficult one. It'll be down to a racing incident, I think. But let's go back to the leaders here, because we've got Jeff Hall, who is absolutely flying. He did set the fastest lap. It's now Langendonk who set it. No, it's not. It's Palmer in third who set it. So Jeff Hall is dragging Palmer along. Palmer needs to stay with him and try not to make a move on Jeff Hall, because they're going to catch the leader Langendonk at this rate. It's a bit of teamwork here, even though they're not in the same team. But it's all the way trying to stop Van Langendonk from getting away and absolutely destroying the field. But number 12 there is out now. That's Sadiq. So he's already had that incident through the chicane. And now it looks like he got going again, and this is a separate incident.
Right, fires it up. We'll get back going. I'm going to apologise to David Francis, who's part of our production team, who suggested Theo Palmer for the camera car. I'm persuaded. I said, no, Tommy Harfield, and then here's Palmer in third place, so we could have had an onboard podium battle. So my bad there, David. I know David will watch this back. But yeah, Palmer getting stuck in. For sure.
Bit of contact there. Was that one of the Felbers that just got clipped there as they went through to Coppice? No, that's
Belowski, isn't it?
Belowski,
yellow mirrors, Kit Belowski, reigning very popular name in, as I said, on social media, and a karting champion as well. Won the one of the Arabian F4 championships as well.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And Slater's all over the back of Belowski, also trying to keep the JHR car behind. But yeah, Slater is he's been very good in testing. He joined Rodin, as you can see there, with Belowski running wide through T1. That's going to give a good run for Slater. He's not qualified quite as well as he should have done, but he now is looking very racy. He was very good in Ginetta Juniors last year. He won plenty of races along with Rocco Coronel, who's also doing F4 in the Spanish Championship. And look at this. He is trying to defend and attack right now. He's going to be on the outside as he goes, tries to go around the outside as he goes through McLean's, runs a little bit wide. He's going to be on the outside for Coppice as well. Belowski's going to have the inside line. Now Slater's just got to try and get the cutback if he can.
Yeah, good stuff, isn't it? Youngling right in the mix as well. These guys are well outside the top 10, but a good battle going on with the three of them. We've got Leon Headforce, who's come through from the back of the back of the grid to join this. So Headforce has had a good run. He's in the blue number 4 car.
Yeah, he certainly has, especially starting last on the grid, but not quite the run that Slater needed through the chicane. He just hit the curb too hard, had a moment, and Jungling is all over the back of him. Jungling very good in karting, looking like he's using his racecraft well, and Slater has the inside line and is managing to keep Jungling behind. Yeah, great bit of driving between those two. Headforce coming for them as well.
Yeah, nice for Belowski here. He'll get away while they're squabbling and gives him a little bit of respite to try and close down on Jabba Al-Sabah, who was in 16th place. Regular F4 followers might remember Jabba racing at the Grand Prix meeting at Silverstone last year, had a one-off, which is how he keeps rookie status. That was his only meeting last year, I think, Jabba Al-Sabah. He's having a decent run. As predicted, we're on the top of the non-Van Langendonk rookies, if we can have that as a category.
yeah. Not really a rookie, is he? But on paper he is, in the rules he is.
By definition of F4 rookie, anyway.
Slater doing a great job here to defend from these guys who are all over the back of him. As we've got Argenti off here now, Clementson is off the road. Slater is causing mayhem behind, but he's doing a great job to defend his position. Yeah, Jungling is through the chicane in front of the other two at the minute. We've got a CDR car of Mercier trying to go down the inside here. He's got the line, he should be able to get that one done. So Mercier makes him a place, nearly makes him a second one as well.
Yeah, Mercier second.
Contact! That's going to be damaged.
The car, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, saw that ping.
Unfortunately, I think he has anyway. He's still going, but there's either got to be some front wing damage or some suspension damage. But at the minute,
how's he survived that?
That is some.
I mean, it looks like we saw it
F4.
break. Yeah, that was good. Have another look at this.
Yeah, it's similar to what we saw before, but no,
it was more steering, wasn't it?
Yeah. It looked like it snapped, didn't it? But no, it's that definitely would have hurt his hands, but his wrists. But he's still going. It looks like he lost one place.
Cracking driving from him. Fastest lap with the race leader now, Dries van Langendonk, the young Belgian who debuted here last year. Remember very well him sitting on the front row of the grid, pole position for this very race last year, and didn't get the best of starts, probably an understatement. So we go back to Youngling, Headforce following him, and this is for 19th and 20th place. Alfie Slater getting away from them in 18th. And these guys are all battling, but they're not battling for points, are they? Because they're all out of the points.
That's Jeff Hall, who's got a time penalty there. He'll have a 5-second penalty for track limits. I saw he got a black and white, and he's obviously gone and done it again. Real shame for Jeff Hall, because running P2, and looking for some good points after a very good debut season last season. Big moment there as we saw someone going through Craners, allowing Mercier to have a run there. So Mercier is there behind Hewitson, who just had a little moment. But kept their position. But number 25 here, Jeff Hall, he's going to be very disappointed. The team will be very disappointed for him to get track limit already in the race. You know, we've only done 8 laps, and it's not ideal for a penalty already.
Phil, I mean, looking at this, we're halfway through the first race of the season. Any surprises for you in, say, top 10?
No, I think that Langendonk, Jeff Hall, Palmer, Virtuosi have done an amazing job with all their three in the top 6 of qualifying. Scott Lindblom, he's done a great job as well. He's there in 6th. So it's Al-Azhari's up there. Al-Azhari didn't actually do as well as I thought he was going to do, but we will see him up at the front again for sure. He's Al-Azhari is down in. Where's Al-Azhari gone? Did we have an issue with him
10.
earlier?
He's 10.
Was he? Yeah, 10. Al-Azhari's doing a good. Yeah, so he's in the top 10 as well. Carney's doing a great job with Vortec, and so is Cash Felber.
So here's our youngster. We were sort of waxing lyrical about, on the media interviews, how good Dries van Langendonk was. Very personable, and it's not manufactured, it's not trained or rehearsed or media trained or anything like that. Just naturally a nice lad.
I think that's the bit that got us, wasn't it?
It
didn't feel like he'd trained or it was put on. It was literally his confidence. There was no arrogance there. It was pure confidence that he knows exactly what he's going to go and do, and he's proved it in race 1 or quali 1. And he's put it on the front row. He's now disappearing into the distance from Jeff Hall, he's now 1.7 seconds in front. Look at this battle as we come through Craners.
Ethan Carney in the 53. Adam Alazari in the number 3, immediately ahead of him at the moment. So good battle between these two, and you know they're battling for 9th and 10th. So you know this is pretty much the the end of the points. So points are so much harder to get this year.
Yeah, they are, and less for race 2 as well, I hear. So
that's right,
it's less points for race 2, so it's really important to capitalise on every single race you do and try and just keep scoring points. And it's the key is to try and qualify inside the top 12, because then you get a chance at the reverse grid. But Jeff Hall is still pushing hard. He's now done the fastest lap once again. He's done a 5.4, but so has Langendonk, so he's not actually catching, because Langendonk is doing the same lap time as Jeff Hall. Palmer has just dropped off a little bit. He was all over the back of Jeff Hall, but he's just dropped off slightly. But as long as he stays within 5 seconds, Palmer will get P2.
Palmer looking good, actually. It's been a pleasant surprise, Theo Palmer, moving up from the XL team from last year, or moving on from the XL team from last year. Cash Felber's been not a surprise.
Oh, what a move from Mercier.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got that one. Yeah, on headforce there.
That's got to be to repass, isn't it? Because headforce has worked his way through from the back, so this is a repass.
Yeah, it is indeed. I'm not sure whether Mercier had an issue at the start, but he's definitely coming back through the field now with a great lunge into T1 with a big lockup, but got the move done, and that was the car that we thought had broken the steering earlier. So amazing bit of driving from Henry Mercier.
Yeah, he got confidence back in the car, knows what he's doing, he's got a feel of it, and gets that position back. It's a way down, isn't it? That was for 21st place,
that's
so
crazy.
10 places away from the points. We've not been able to say that in many of the races F4. Such a huge grid.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's that is a weird thing to hear, is the fact that move that we got excited about was for 21st position, as they come through the chicane with this train of cars from 21st to 30th. We've got another CDR car a place behind him, but Langendonk is absolutely flying here with 6 minutes to go. I was betting with the team manager of Rodin before this race. How many wins is he going to get? And
how many did you go for?
I've actually gone for about 12.
Have you?
Yeah, there's 30 races.
You reckoned there were going to be 15 different winners this year when we were doing the Q&A with F4.
Oh, yeah.
And I said 10.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, I don't know whether my maths work there, but yeah, I still think he's going to win 12. And and his team owner was like, oh, I don't know. He's very diplomatic. He's like, I think it's going to be closer than what it looks. I was like, no, mate. He's destroyed everyone in qualifying. So I do feel like this weekend is definitely his. But on board here with Hartfield, as you can see, a great slide as he goes through the chicane onto the start-finish straight. It's up to 6th gear, braking as late as possible for T1, and you've got to try and rotate the car as much as you can with as little steering input as possible to try and not get the understeer. You've really got to try and have the rear of the car moving around, absolutely flat out, keeping a smooth steering input all the way through Craners, getting over to left nice and early to make sure that you open up this corner so you don't run too wide onto the track limits on the exit of Old Hairpin. Good run up the hill here, up to McLean's. Got to try and get the car straight once again, then brake, then rotate. It's off camber slightly here, so you've got to try and really make sure you tuck it into the inside curve. Again, not using track limits. Blind right-hander here, so you've got to brake late turn and make sure that you don't, again, run too wide, but then you don't sort of keep it tight. You don't go for the second apex as you come through Coppice. You just open up the steering and allow it to run wide. As you can see, he's just checking his mirrors there, over the brow, braking as late as possible. Again, trying not to over-rotate and not slide the car, but just give it enough to make sure that the front turns in and then get a really good exit as it goes uphill and then back downhill and back into T1.
Nice lap, thanks for that, Phil. Phil Glue, your guide for a lap of F4 with Tommy Harfield. He's got Roman Felber right behind him as well. We go back, Kip Bolowski is there as well, and Bolowski 17th place at the moment. Fortec, again, another front row. We think, we're hearing that maybe Bolowski's got a drive-through. So apologies if we've got that right. Yeah, it's on screen. Yeah. Track limits, car number 9. So
that's a lot of track limits if he's got a drive-through. I don't think I'm not sure that's right. Also, we've got number 83 as Alzabar has got a 5-second penalty as well. So there's a few 5-second penalties. There's lots of penalties in qualifying. A lot of people lost their laps.
They'll be all going to argue with Andy Butler, the clock of the course, afterwards.
Yeah, I know they will. Yeah.
And they won't win. It's like football, isn't it? You see the people arguing with the referee, and very, very rarely. I know you can present evidence and everything else of where you are on track, but rarely do you get the better of the clerk of the course.
Yeah, I know.
Although Sid Smith told me he's the ace at gaslighting
he has got
people.
it. He's got a drive through. Yeah, so I'm not sure.
Well, well done to Kit for coming in and doing it.
Yeah, it must have been shown, or it must have been told. It's not just a typo on our screens. It is actually something that's been told over the radio. So whether that's a number of track limits, well, it says track limits, so he's obviously done more than, I think it's more than 5, that isn't it? Well, you get 2 for free, then you get your 3rd one, and then you get a drive through on the 4th or 5th. So yeah, not great from Kit.
He's taken the medicine though. I mean, fair play to him. I know a lot of youngsters would get a little bit bloody-minded perhaps and stay out there and ignore it, but he hasn't. He's done the right thing.
Yeah. We've got number 2. We've got time 10-second penalty.
Youngling.
Yeah, Jungling. Youngling or Jungling?
Youngling.
Okay.
Yeah. Soft Joe. Say after me. Youngling.
Youngling.
That's it. You got it. Harfield coming under pressure from Roman Felber, as we said. And how do you know that's Roman?
Because he's the red Fortec car, and red, Roman, RR, you get it?
Yeah.
And he got Cash, who's green. So,
Cash.
yeah, it's all about learning names in this race. So we must apologise to the viewers who must be thinking, what are these guys talking about? We're just learning, that's all.
It was good actually, wasn't it? Immediately, Roman and Cash Felber, who are twins. And inevitably, who's the better one of the two? And I think Roman decided he was better in the wet.
Okay.
And Cash has got 2 more trophies than his brother. He's the older one of the 2, is Cash. So.
Well, Cash is winning this race. He's in P7, and his brother is his brother's in 13th. Oh, great move there.
Mate Kobahidze in 44.
Kobahidze.
Yeah. This is like a rehearsal, isn't it, for tomorrow? Mate.
Yeah.
He is the Georgian driver, isn't he?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Nice lad. Saw him earlier.
He's a good lad.
Yeah.
His dad was a Georgian touring car driver.
Oh, was he?
BMW back in the day, which is nice that we've got second-generation drivers from other countries coming in.
Yeah.
56 seconds to go, and Van Langendonk's probably done himself out of a bit of coverage by being so good here.
Yeah, that's the problem when you lead and get away from the field that easily. Yeah, Sadiq's just getting out of the way of someone there, I think. I thought he'd actually broken down, but he was just either defending or moving out of the way, I'm not sure. But
can he get points? Sadiq can't.
No.
I won't do any more puns then. I'll forget those then.
Yeah, like you were saying though, for Langendonk, he's to be fair, he's had a bit of coverage here. He's as we see Wolney there, he's under pressure there. That's one of the XL cars who's actually very different colours to the other XL cars in the white and green livery. Wolney did a much better job in qualifying than I was expecting. I was impressed that they got into the position that they qualify. Wolney was P23, so great job. 3 seconds to go. He's crossed the line, and just because he's too quick, he's got another lap. But no, he's deserved this 100% with a performance like that in qualifying, the double pole, and and a drive like this in race 1, which we kind of expected. Jeff Hall, I thought, was going to put him under a bit more pressure. He did start coming at him at the start, and you can see he's not too far behind. He's got the fastest lap of the race, but yeah, Palmer is going to end up with second. In fact, I think Jeff Hall is going to drop all the way to P5, isn't he?
Yeah. Off goes. Oh, that's rookie, isn't it? That's
Wirral for JHR has gone off at the chicane.
That's a shame.
Yeah, he's been flying for that team this year, so Langendonk just needs to back it off slightly, just so that he doesn't go any quicker under the in the final sector. Jeff Hall has definitely found some speed there. Langendonk wins the first race of the year.
Yeah, there's the sign. Dries, P1 for Dries Van Langendonk, the young Belgian, takes it. Palmer will get second. Joseph Smith, who we didn't mention during the race, takes third place from Jarrett Clark, who started very high up on the grid as well. Cash Felber gets fifth on his debut at British F4. George Proudfoot-Nolder, really good run for him, the young Aussie, in sixth place. Adam Alazari seventh, but things changing around as the drivers come through. So it's Scott King Lindblom seventh from Ethan Carney, then Ethan Jeff Hall. It should be easier if they all change the name to Ethan. We've got three, haven't we, in here?
I think Jeff Hall's got a bigger penalty than we thought.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because...
Oh, he's gone down to 15 seconds behind, hasn't he?
Yeah, so he's going to end up getting a 10-second penalty. He's down in 9th, so... But yeah, going back to Smith, that's an amazing job from Smith. He did a few races last year with High Tech.
Yeah.
But at Smith, Clark, Proudford, Naldo, all at Virtuosi, great job from them. So have all their drivers in the top 6. Lindblom in 7th. Carney at Sportec has ended up in 8th. But yeah, real disappointing for Jeff Hall. Obviously trying to catch up a little bit at the end there with that 5-second penalty. He's actually given himself a 10-second penalty. So not ideal.
Sportec are looking good. They got 2. It's all going to be about for the teams championship. Rodin, of course, are the reigning teams champions. It's all going to be about getting drivers in those top 10 point scoring positions. So Sportec have done themselves pretty proud there, which is going to be good for them by the end of the season. But a good opener for us, and we can take a look at the results. Here's how they finished here. Round 1 of the Wera Tools F4 British Championship at Donington Park. Dries van Langendonk wins from pole position. Theo Palmer classified 2nd from Joseph Smith and Jarrett Clark. Cash Felber is in 5th from George Proudford Nalder. Scotkin Lindblom 7th from Ethan Carney. Another Ethan Jeff Hall in 9th. We leave the Ethans because we go to an Adam in 10th position. Adam Al-Azhari for High Tech. Tommy Harfield, good run from Tommy actually at the end of the day, through to 11th place from 24th on the grid. Roman Felber in 12th from Ella Lloyd, good drive from Ella. Chiara Batig in 14th from Alfie Slater and Jabba Al-Safar. Cole Hewitson recovered well for 17th from Henry Mercier. Leon Headforce 19th from Piotr Oriovsky, and then it was Matej Kobahidze in 21st from Sun Anju, followed by Cameron Nelson and Jackson Walney. Timo Jungling 25th from Daniela Sutton. Then it was Kit Bolowski, Harney Sadiq in 28th, Ethan Lennon 29th. Lewis Werrell we saw going off into the gravel in the closing stages. I think maybe we've got one more casualty from earlier on, which was Vegard Clementson. And that is our opening F4 race complete, and sort of sets the scene very well indeed for the rest of the season. And perhaps no huge surprise, but a great drive nonetheless from Dries van Langendonk and Theo Palmer and Joseph Smith, who will be on the podium. And I think Dries is looking for Louise.
Yeah, or to be Wade. Straight
or to be, oh right, okay. I'm glad I don't have to do that bit. Yeah, really good opening race of the season. Tomorrow we start off with the partially reverse grid race, which is the top 12 from qualifying. And I'm wondering, championship points, here we go. Guess who's leading the championship, Phil?
Yeah, funny that.
It's Dries van Langendonk, with the points as well from pole position. Theo Palmer 2nd from Joseph Smith, Jarrett Clark, Cash Felber in 5th from George Proudford Nalder. Scott Kin Lindblom 7th from Ethan Carney, Ethan Jeff Hall and Alam Al-Azhari in the top 10. And I was going to, rookie championship as well. Dries is leading that one from Jabba, and Leon Headforce next up from Oriovsky, Kobahidze, Anshu, and then Nelson Walney, Jungling and Sadiq. Our top 10 rookies. Lots of first-year drivers in this year. I was just going to say a quick thought, Phil, if you would, on how do you think that Van Langendonk will do from 12th in the reverse grid race tomorrow?
Yeah, good question, actually. I think that he is going to be coming through to, hard through the field. I think he's got the pace to do it, but I don't know whether he's going to get the win. I think he's going to get a podium. That's my predictions.
I think it's going to be absolute cracker. We're just waiting to hear whether we're going to get some. I think Lou's going to do some interviews, certainly on the script. So
we're all just getting pulled out the gravel there.
He is, yeah. He'll be gutted with that because it was a good, strong performance up to that point. So we're looking at Lewis Werrell. We're going to go to Lou, who is down in Parc Ferme. So for the first time this season, over to you, Lou.
I am indeed down here with Dries, just posing for the photographers. I mean, that's the sign you want to see when you pull in, isn't it? Congratulations, Dries. Starting the season as no doubt you mean to go on.
Yeah, I mean, great start. Yeah, the race itself was really good. Managing at the end, just trying to keep the tyres in a good window. Start was good. Sort of just tried to get into the rhythm in the beginning. And yeah, just sort of pulled away bit by bit after that and managed it at the end, so yeah.
You had a pretty lonely race, really, didn't you? I mean, as you say, you just kept that lead and just kept your head down and pulled it away. Was it a sort of a quiet race for you in that respect?
Yeah, just enjoying it, really. Just having this little Sunday drive. It's quite beautiful out here as well, so yeah, I mean, just having fun like I always try to do, and obviously still he was coming at me a bit at the end, but yeah, I knew I just had to do my own thing, and good manage.
Back at the circuit where you made your debut, you're halfway through last season. You clicked with it well. You seem to like this track.
Yeah, Donny is always a track that I always like. Good results around there, so yeah, I mean, can't complain every time I go around Donny.
Well done, congratulations. Right, I think we can grab a word with our second place finisher, Theo. Well done, congratulations, good result for you.
Yeah, obviously I was P2 on track, but now I got penalty from track limits. Still P3 though, I'm really happy with that. My goal for this season was to get a podium, which I've done in the first round, so I'm really happy with that.
Well, you had rookie podiums last year, but as you say, this is your first sort of proper, in inverted commas, podium, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm really proud of myself and the team. Hightech gave me a really good car, so now I can fight for the win, which is really nice.
Well done, congratulations. And here we go. Here's Joseph, and Joseph, a fantastic result for you as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good. I mean, the start, wow. Really impressed with myself there. But yeah, really good race. Just managing towards the end, I got a warning flag on the second last lap, so just take it easy. I knew Ethan had a penalty, so just take it easy and bring it home.
Tell me a bit more about that start, because you started that race in P8, so to finish it on the podium, just talk us through that opening lap.
Yeah, I mean, I was preloading all right, and then I let off the clutch and whoa. So yeah, I'm really pleased. Thank you to all the team. They've done an amazing job this weekend so far, so I'm really happy with that, and thank you to all my sponsors and everything. So yeah, thank you to my mum and my dad as well for making this possible. So yeah, really happy.
Well done, congratulations. First podium of the season, hopefully the first of many. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Lou. A wee bit of confusion over what we're seeing on TSL. Dries van Langendonk, no mistaking that he took the win. Jarrett Clark in second position, Theo Palmer in third. Joseph Smith, who we heard from actually in fourth place. Some great characters. We look forward to telling you a little bit more about those guys over the course of our live races, which we've got 2 F4 races for you tomorrow. And of course, don't forget, British Touring Car Championship. We've had the qualifying race today. Plenty of all-round racing to look forward to. But from Phil Glue and myself, have a very good evening. We look forward to your company again tomorrow. Thanks for watching and bye for now.
Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship.
It's a complete reset. We all start off with 0 points, and I'm looking forward to a great year.
It's such a good feeling when you see that checkered flag.
He's done it! A fantastic performance. Fantastic!
It's getting really close to the top now.
For the second time, the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship is won by Tom Ingram.